Okay, so in this video, I'm just going to take a few minutes just to talk about um, why I think I've found a really good watch holder, and I've been trying to do this for several months or maybe even a couple of years, off and on. I like watches a lot, and at first I tried to build a watch holder out of wood, and I did that, but it was just too expensive to do. Um, since then, I got a 3D printer. And of course, I've been able to 3D print things and design and buy filament and so on and so forth. Um, took me a couple of months to really learn how to use 3D software so that I could design. And so then, of course, I got back to trying to make this watch holder. And so, in this video, I'll show you all the iterations that I went through, and then I'll show you the final iteration here where I'm at and why I think it works really well. And also at the end of the video, I'll put the watches on the watch holder and show you why I think it could be maybe the perfect watch holder. But anyway, I started here, right? And this was the first model that I started with. And there's a screw there because I actually thought about wrapping this in some sort of leather or whatever. But anyway, in order to make this work right, I knew that the watch holder needed to be modular in a way, right? It needed to be wide enough to hold enough watches, but the print bed on a 3D printer is only so big, so I would need to do this in parts. And so here, as I just showed, I had to make it in different pieces. And so I had to make it modular. I had to make it to where this is the middle piece, right? And then I would have sliding boom arms to slide inside of here. And that's what this was. And so I made it to where slide this in like that. And then you can slide this in here. And then you can put your watches on here. And I thought it would work because I tried this model once with wood and it actually worked okay. But as I got into it and did it, I found that, the watches would tend to slip down. They keep slipping down, and it would actually hold there on this ledge pretty good. But of course, the watch holder would be this way, right, from the wall. And it wouldn't take much for it just to be able to slip down. And so I was like, okay, I have to put something on that top to make it to where it doesn't slip down, to where it stays. Because, and I mean, different watches are different weight, so on and so forth. And so my next iteration was this one here, right? And so this was a different model. And this is the back part. So I had the back part here. Made to where I would be able to screw in a back plate into the wall and then slide this onto the plate. And I'll show you on the finished model over here just how that works. And this was a different type of model. This one actually would go in this way. And so right here, you would have the post, and then it would go in like that. So you could take it apart like this. There's the part. And then you put the post in, each post, like that. And then your watches will go on there. Now, on this one, if you could see it on the camera, I put ridges across the top, right? So that the watch wouldn't slip down, or so I thought. I also made this more smoother and sloping just for design purposes, right? I'm thinking that it would just make it easier to deal with the watches being on there. But of course, I got into this one here and I put the watch on here, and it didn't stay up at all, like nothing. So that design did not work out very well, like not at all. And plus the curvature of it made it scrape a little bit. So it was better just being straight, right? So okay, so this one did not work. Right, so I'm still going through this, and mind you, again, took me not a long time, but a bit to be able to figure out how to design these in the first place. So I'm printing out filament, going through that, and okay, that's fine. And so my next thought was, okay, let's keep improving on these as I go. Here's my next one. Also modular, right? It comes out, but this time I left it straight on the edge, but then as you can see here, I put like a slope on there, right? And really it's supposed to be this way. And so now there's the edge that would make it stay up pretty good, and then it would slope out a little bit as well, so that the watches would be kind of sitting up a little bit better, right? And so I did that, and really it didn't do anything. The watches kept falling down. And you'll go on Etsy and you'll see these watch holders like this, and they're just straight and they're on the wall. You don't see a lot on the wall, which is what I'm trying to do. But I know those that are just straight on the wall, some of those watches, they're just going to fall down. And they won't show that in the picture, but it's going to fall down. So that didn't fix it. But I think I finally fixed it though, right? We're going in the right direction. And this is how these things go. You just keep doing iterations and trying to keep getting better. This version over here, I think I fixed it. And so still the same post, or still the same setup, to where you use the post, or you use the plate, you screw the plate in, the screws right here, to the wall, and then this slides in over it, nice and easy, and it's supposed to hold up your watches just like that. But the solution, I had to get a little bit more creative, and so I put in, well actually, let me show you what I did. So I put notches. Can you see those notches? Right there. And so the watch band would go through the notch, and these little pieces would hold the watch up. No more slipping through. And I just did that through, through its design. Still modular, still goes in the middle piece, but on each one of these, there are notches. I think I fixed it. And so here we have the middle piece. This goes through like that. This goes into the wall, right? Goes into the wall. Put that in. This is the entire assembly for the watch holder right there. How does it work? You slide your watch in over the notch, and it sits there. It sits there. It's not going anywhere. It is not going anywhere. It sits there. Slide this in, boom. Beautiful. Marvelous. It just sits there. And this has the capacity to hold 4 watches. And I don't have any extra watches written here, but I'll show you what I mean. But yeah, of course the other side works just the same. It slides in. This is upside down, but just for demonstration purposes. It's just going to sit there. You can do whatever you want. It's not going anywhere. And so that's it. I just wanted to show you that. And I think this is going to work. And I just always wanted to do this. But in the next video, what I'll do is I'll show you what it looks like mounted to the wall. And then I'll put the watches on there, and then we'll see what it looks like. Also, I have lots of different ideas of how to make this better, how to expand it, how to do different things with it, right? So if you want to see that, just be sure to come back. You can subscribe to this channel, and yeah, I'm gonna have several other videos just on how to improve this, different watch products, and also just on watches in general. All right, thanks for watching.